Hi, best friends. I come to you once more after a very long time of being apart. And today I want us to talk about the Module 1 of the IPC course. This is basically for those who are dealing with children. Yeah, early years curriculum. Uh, now I want us to talk about the Module 1 of the International Preschool Curriculum. We all know, as I said in my last video, that the International Preschool Curriculum has 9 modules. Today we will talk about Module 1. Module 1 falls under the theme Child Growth and Development. So what is child growth and development? Child growth and development refers to the physical, cognitive, and emotional and social changes that occurs as a child matures from infancy through adolescence. It includes both growth. When we talk about growth, we talk about physical changes in sizes and in structures, and development. Development, we talk about the brain, the skills, the abilities, and the knowledge. Now, under the child growth and development, we have subtopics like the domains of development. So, what is domain of development? Sorry, the domain of development focuses on children's development that are interrelated. What is that thing in children that cannot work without the other? Now, we start with the physical development. Physical development, we talk about what you see, yeah? You talk about growth in body, in size. You talk about the motor skills, be it fine or gross motor skills. You talk about coordination and health. This is what we see. Physical. Cognitive development, that's the brain. How the child develops thinking, reasoning, memory, problem solving skills, and creativity. That's what we call cognitive development. Now, language development. We talk about communication, vocabulary, comprehension, and early literacy skills. The next development that occurs is the social and emotional development. Social and emotional development, how they interrelate between amongst each other, self-awareness, managing emotions, empathy. And the last one we have moral and spiritual development, understanding what is right and from what is wrong, values, beliefs, cultural identity. So those are the development that takes place from infancy to adolescent. And the next subtopic that goes under child group, we talk about brain development. What is brain development? The brain develops rapidly from that birth to 5 years old. That is the most rapid age at which the child's brain develop. It reaches 90% of its adult size. Yes, the child might not yet be an adult, but already the brain is at 90% already at 5. Neuroplasticity neuroplasticity, that's the word. Early experience shape neural connections, like repeated positive experience through strengthening skills. So the positive things you do close to a child strengthens that child's brain positively. We have role and relationships. You have to be warm, show empathy. You have to be nice to the child, be warm. Interactions, healthy brain architecture, like the positive things, the positive emotions, the nice feelings you're showing to the child, it builds up the brain positively. And impact of stress, toxic stress, trauma, neglect can interrupt the brain development. Supportive environments can help the risk. Playing and learning. Play builds executive function. So whenever you want to build up a play for a child, just make sure that that play should have a positive impact, because it's building the brain of the child. Remember, this is just the child from ages 0 to 5 years. And the next thing we're looking at under child growth, we're looking at developmental factors, risk factors. What are the factors that can obstruct the child's brain from developing properly. We have biological factors like prematurity, genetic disorders. We have chronic illness, disabilities. Now we have other factors like environmental such as poor nutrition, unsafe housing, pollution, and lack of health care can cause the brain not to develop properly. We have other factors as well as social and emotional, like neglect, abuse, unstable relationships, and lack of stimulations. Now, with all what I'm saying, you could just, if you don't get anything, you could just drop me a question on the comment section and I'll be able to answer. I'm just going very fast, so I brief everything in one video. So we have another thing like other factors like economic, cultural background, like poverty, lack of access to quality education, and social exclusion. These are the things that can cause the child's brain not to develop properly. We also have psychological factors such as high stress, parental mental health challenges, absence of secure attachment. So points like this can be a risk factor to the child's development. Now we have developmental theories. When it comes to EYFS, we have some developmental theories we deal with when it comes to the child's development, such as Jean Piaget, whose theory was the child develop in cognitive stages. Cognitive, remember cognitive, we talk about the brain. Learning is an active experiential. We have Lev Vygotsky. His theory is learning in social, the zone of proximal development, emphasizing guided learning and scaffolding. What's scaffolding? Scaffolding is open-ended questions. Always like if you want to set up an activity for a child, make sure it is helping the child reason. We have Erickson, whose theory develop occurs in psychological stages, each with a key conflict: the trust and the mistrust. Like if you meet a child, the first thing you're doing for that child is helping that child build trust or mistrust in you as an adult. We have Maria Montessori, which is what most schools are using, the Montessori system. Hands-on as in you want to set up an activity for a child. You want that child to be learning while playing, play-based. And then we get the summary that says child growth and development is a holistic process influenced by physical growth, brain development, environment, and social interactions. Understanding developmental domains, current based research, risk factors, and classic theories helps educators and caregivers provide the best support for children's long life learning and well-being. So this is it about the child development. Everything you want to know about the child development is in this summary. This is just a summary I have given you, but when you listen to this video, if you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section and I'll be so glad to respond. I'll be bringing up more videos regarding this course, and this is mostly for those who are searching for jobs, especially for my sisters in the United Arab Emirates. You listen to these videos, trust me, it's a +1 for you. Thank you so much for your patience, for your time listening, and remember to hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.